Hey guys, I'm excited to let you know that I have released the Shark again, and I wanted to just give an overview of what's happening in the Shark. And this is the 14-inch carbon fiber Shark with the Coleman 20-degree head and the Watanabe tip. Now, this is the only thing that I've been using for years. Once guys use this tuning hammer, it's the only tuning hammer they want to use. And a lot of it has to do with this short 20-degree head. This thing is amazing, and as well as it goes right on here at the end of the Shark. 14 inches, really eases up. If you guys are having back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, you got to ditch the short, in my opinion, you got to ditch the short tuning hammers and go to this long tuning hammer and this long stiff tuning lever. This thing, when you put it on the pin, a couple of you have asked me what's the benefit or what's the difference of the Shark. Look, when you put this down on the tuning pin, it rises up out of the piano on a grand. When you put it on an upright, it comes out of the upright, so you don't have to bend in as much. It puts this. That's why I like the 20-degree head. It also clears every strut on the grand piano, so you can tune right up to the strut and it doesn't dig into there. It's also the Shark, unlike any other carbon fiber tuning hammer available from anyone in the world, is weighted in the front end. And I've been thinking a lot about this the last few days as I've been answering some questions and talking about this. The Shark, the reason why it feels so light, even though it's about the same weight as a regular shaft tuning hammer, just an old wooden extension lever. It's about 14 ounces. It's not super lightweight like any of the other carbon fiber hammers on the market. Almost, they're so light they almost feel like air. That I don't think is the advantage of a tuning hammer. The advantage is the stiff carbon fiber, okay? But it doesn't matter that the weight, if the weight is all over, every time you pick up the tuning hammer, it's going like this, it doesn't feel right. The Shark is weighted completely different, and I believe that's what makes it feel so good. So watch this, as you pick it up off the hammer, this whole thing is light, it weighs nothing. So your weight is in your hand, so it's not gonna flag down like this. So as you pick it up, it's not like it's very easy to just pick up and move hammer to hammer. You're just holding, almost just picture holding a 12-ounce ball of steel in your hand. This is air, that's air, that weighs nothing. It weighs like 1 ounce. So that's why I believe that it feels so good to go across the grand. You can move very fast, and with a shaft tuning hammer, if you pick it up, it kind of like it's always wanting to go like this. It doesn't feel right. The other thing is about this, the weight of the thing, is when you put it on a pin, and I've talked about this in past videos, when you put it on a tuning pin, it sits down on the pin. It seats down on there really nicely. I mean, gravity is going to make anything go down, but this one just goes straight, you can move it around like this. See, this feels like there's nothing even in my hand other than what's in my hand. It doesn't feel like there's this thing out there. And so the angle is very important. The weight distribution of the Shark is very important. That's why the guys that tune with the Shark swear by the Shark. They don't like any other tuning hammer after they use this. Convention booth a couple years ago, I'd have guys, when I first released this, they'd come in and they'd try it. They'd take it upstairs to a room, they'd try it, and they'd come back down and immediately buy it. It's just the way it is. It just feels great. So I tried every tuning hammer out there. I've been to convention and I've tried multiple hammers, and they just don't feel right to me. Now, piano tuning hammer is a very personal thing. It's not like I can say, here, this is for every single person. I don't believe that. I don't believe it's for every single person. But I believe it's one of the best designs out there. I believe it definitely eases up on the shoulder. The other thing, and the neck, which is huge, because a lot of guys don't talk about this, but their shoulders are ripped up and their necks are tight. This just makes it a lot easier because you have 14 inches of very rigid hammer. With the shaft extension lever from the old days, what it feels like is you're pulling on it and it feels like you can feel like it's moving. When you put your hand on the Shark tuning hammer and you put it on the pin and you push on it, you can feel just every movement of the pin. And you don't have to believe me on this video. Just grab one and try it, With the Shark, if you try this tuning hammer and you don't like it, of course, you can send it back because I can sell it to somebody else. It's not that big a deal. So if you're thinking, I don't know, give it a try. I've had out of every one of these I've sold, I think I've had 1 or 2 people, I think just maybe 1 person return it because they didn't like it. 1 person. It might have been maybe 2 in the entire time. Everybody else will get it and never want to let it go. So you can get these now. They're on pre-order, and then I'm shipping them in around May 2019. And then beyond that, they'll be available on the website. So check the link in the description, pianotunertools.com or apexpiano.com. And you can always send me your questions and let me know. They come, if you want to use your own head and tip, that's fine. You can use your own head and tip. You can just get the hammer. You save some money. You just get the hammer with the threads. And if you want to use the Coleman, which is, I think, the most genius tuning head on the market, hands down, is the Jim Coleman design, Coleman 20 degree head. And until you get into hundreds of dollars of boutique tips, the Watanabe is the workhorse of the industry. It's what everybody uses, unless you want to pay like $150 for some kind of special tip, which I find that unnecessary. At my point, I've never needed anything other than this. Again, personal preference and opinion. You can buy any tip you want to put on any of these tuning hammers. And I don't know if every head in the entire industry fits, but all the shaft heads will fit on this, and the Coleman fits on this. So if you have any questions, let me know. Order yours today. You can get it worldwide. You can check the website out. We've got a map. People all over the entire world are using this. We have a Google map that shows where the shark is at, and you can even see them popping up in people's videos, Instagram posts, things like that, of piano tuners all over the world in concert halls, and in the highest end studios and things like that. People are using this tuning hammer, and it is phenomenally accurate. It's fast. It's phenomenally fast. When you tune with the shark, it's fast. You know, you can learn to tune with the shark fast. And if you want to learn to tune pianos fast, accurately, get a shark. You can also join me and Todd at apexpiano.com. And you can become a part of Apex Piano Technicians, the Apex Piano Technicians Network now. So check that out. All the links are in the description, of course, for you. And let me know what you think. But remember, I designed this when I was about 5 years ago. And I thought everybody's going to love it. But I've come to find out that everybody has their own personal opinion. So my opinion is absolutely the best, the highest rated, the best piano tuning hammer on the market, weighted completely perfectly for fast, accurate tunings, moving across very quickly the piano and doing it right, saving your shoulder, everything you can do, carbon fiber. Never, I mean, I've had this in my tool case, 3 or 4 years, looks brand new. I mean, this thing is stainless steel and carbon fiber, silver flexi. I forget what they call this design, but this design is it doesn't even nick. I'm sure you could nick it, but I haven't nicked mine. I can't figure out how to nick it. It's very, very hard exterior gloss. It got a little bit of a snakeskin feel to it, so it's kind of grippy, but it's very hard. It's also got a sheen to it, like a gloss sheen. It's just beautiful. This thing is just gorgeous. Look at this thing. This thing is gorgeous. And the new sharks coming out, they got a little bit different knurl on them, so it's a little bit different for the second version. They are in 14 and 12 inch lengths. I totally think you should get the 14 inch, but I do have a 12 inch model for those of you who are young. I just want 12 inches. I think the 14 inch is much better. Pitch raise is easier to do. It comes out further. It sticks up further. It's just so many good things about a longer hammer. But that the industry, I don't think as a whole, has kind of picked up on yet. This is kind of I think the longest hammer in the industry, and I think, and if you don't like to be out on the end, you can choke up. You can get as close as you want. You know, you can do all of that. But if you want leverage and you want ease of pitch raise, things like that, you can get right out on the end. All right, guys, join me, pianotunertools.com, apexpiano.com. And join the network. We have all kinds of awesome stuff for you this year coming out, and I will see you on there.